All right, friends, we have a leaked governing body update circulating on Reddit. And it looks like Jeffrey Winder is about to give one of those polished Jehovah is blessing the increase reports this Friday. And today, before the broadcast drops, we're going to make predictions. Predictions based on the leak, based on the pattern the organization always follows, and based on actual research from Pew, not apostates, showing what really is happening to Jehovah's Witness membership in the West. And then on Friday, we'll come back and see how close we got. So every time the Watchtower needs to pump confidence into the organization, they release one of these growth videos. You've seen it before. Smiling brothers, uplifting music, and just enough numbers to make you feel Jehovah's blessing everything. But here's the problem. They used to publish real transparency. You remember? In the yearbook. And they used to do it by country. All the years I was in it. I left in 2012. Now, growth, decline, disfellowshipping, reinstatements, inactive, all of it. We could see everything in these yearly reports. And then suddenly it stopped. No more yearbooks after 2016. Not because they couldn't publish it. They're an excellent publishing company and they're an excellent record-keeping company. But because they didn't want to. That's why it's not there in front of you. They don't want to put it in front of you. Well, here's my predictions for Friday's broadcast. Before the video drops, it's just going to drop tomorrow. Well, based on what Larchwood found and what Reddit leak suggests, and we're going to take a look at that, and what the pattern always reveals. Prediction number 1, they will claim strong global growth. Maybe 2 to 4%. They'll highlight Africa, South America, maybe the Philippines. They will not mention flat or negative growth in US, Canada, UK, Australia, Europe, Japan, and Korea. And prediction number 2, they will show memorial attendance, 20 plus million. Big number. You remember when you go to the memorial, the hall is just packed. Yes, but most of them aren't publishers. And I remember I'd give up seats, I'd stand so these new ones that I'd never seen before could sit down. And most of them are just family members of family members somewhere along the line. There's a JW connection in the family, or maybe some of them are even invited. First time if you come, if you have a new Bible study, well, this is the biggest talk of the year, the memorial. And so the number grows. The next day, the Bible study quits, right? So that's how these numbers are, 20 plus million. In their minds, hey, our organization is as big as the Mormons. We're in the 20 millions. So, but they're not publishers. It's window dressing, all these numbers. But they'll show it. Prediction number 3, they will avoid real numbers. You will not hear disfellowshipping totals, inactive drift, reinstatements, congregation closures, Kingdom Hall sell-offs, youth retention rate, attrition by country. You will not hear any of that because those numbers would make the audience uncomfortable. Prediction number 4, they will mix spiritual language with selective data. Jehovah is blessing the work. Look at these increases, unity, expansion. But the data will not be independently verifiable because Watchtower ended transparency by choice. And prediction number 5, they will frame this as a momentum. Even though most growth is happening in regions with limited internet access, not in places where people can actually research the organization. They're building these new kingdom halls in Africa with amenities. People are going to come. Pew Research. So Before we get into Pew Research, let's take a look at what's on Reddit and Twitter. Okay, so here we are. Larchwood has it. Leak governing body update 7 officially out on Friday, tomorrow. And when we look at this, we're just going to click into this. Here it is. We'll blow that up on the screen for you. Here's what Larchwood has. Well, here's what's out. Larchwood's just sharing it. The highlights of some country reports are all peaks, not average. Key highlights: special convention, Kobe, Japan. 3,000 plus delegates. They're going to want to brag about Japan, make Japan look good, because they're in hot water in Japan, but they don't talk about that. Beating kids. The policy. Of course, they changed it now. Peak attendance 22,000, 93 baptized, local community noted kindness and unity in delegates. Philippines, disaster, 5 typhoons, 2 earthquakes in 7 weeks. 2,000 publishers displaced, 99 homes destroyed, 548 homes damaged, 36 kingdom halls damaged, 10 injured, none killed, 12 disaster relief committees assisting. So they want to show people, hey, donate. We got all this relief stuff happening. In a couple of areas. They're gonna talk about all the areas. There's a lot going on in the earth. Category 5 storm affecting Jamaica, Haiti, Dominican Republic, Cuba, Bahamas, Turkey. 679 publishers displaced, 79 homes destroyed, 1,165 homes damaged, 4 kingdom halls destroyed, 40 kingdom halls and assembly halls damaged, 14 injured, none killed, 4 disaster relief committees assisting, worldwide preaching campaign. So they talked about the 2 disasters. Then they're getting into the worldwide preaching campaign, September 2025. Featured an end to war, how led to many new Bible studies and renewed interest. Of course, they're going to say that. The 2025 service year worldwide average publisher 9 million. They increased that 2.5%. 9 million. Bible studies increased by 1.6%. Baptisms increased by 2.8%. Memorial attendance 20 million, 20.6 million. 15 lands reached all-time memorial peaks. I wonder if they're going to be transparent, show anything else about the country, or do they just show peaks? That's all it is now. Watchtower's degressed. They don't have the ability to really show the whole picture like they used to back in 2012 when I was there getting a yearbook every year. You can't see that stuff anymore. They've degressed, or they've chosen. Obviously, they've chosen. Philippines, 268,000 publishers, 79,000 regular pioneers. They're going to brag about that. Mexico, 879 publishers, over 173,000 regular pioneers. Some bragging stuff. Congo, same thing. Memorial attendance, over 1.4 million. Brazil, 940,000 publishers, a new peak. Angola, 190,000 publishers, peak reached in September. Zimbabwe, these are all just peaks. Indonesia, Madagascar, France. Overall message: strong unity, mutual support during disaster, continued growth in preaching, Bible studies worldwide, encouragement to maintain zeal in the ministry. Same old message, folks. But anyways, that's the leak. This is the stuff, actually, that's going out tomorrow by Jeffrey Winder. So it's not a prediction. This is a leak. Someone leaked it. Okay, well, that's it. Okay, just before we wrap this up, we're going to take a look at Pew Research, the real numbers Watchtower won't show you. We're going to compare, we looked at some of the upcoming claims. Now we'll look at Pew Research. And we'll link that in the description so you can look at this. Jehovah's Witnesses have the highest turnover of any religion. 2/3 of the people raised JW leave the religion. I'm just going to pull statements out of Pew Research. So you heard that right. The highest dropout rate in the entire database. Only 37% of the JW kids stay into it until adulthood. That's a 63% youth exit rate. Now, the Pew fact number 3, Jehovah's Witnesses are one of the most aging religious groups in the West. Median age late 40s. So this is not the profile of the fast-growing faith that they're pitching. This is the profile of a shrinking one. And Pew Research fact number 4, Western JW membership is flat or falling. The Americas are changing religious landscape. There's a whole article on that. And that's with no disfellowshipping numbers counted, just survey data. So we'll put a link to the Pew Research. Why Watchtower stopped publishing the yearbook? Well, here's the part that ties it all together, folks. Watchtower used to publish disfellowshipping, reinstatements, congregation growth, congregation decline, country by country numbers, and true global trends. That's when they were really growing in the 80s and the 90s. And they had something to brag about and show these numbers. But then after 2016, they shut it all down. Why? Well, because if the public could see the real picture, the hall sell-offs, the congregation merges, skyrocketing inactive, youth disappearing. And by the way, that's why they just got tired of chasing people for their service time, because people were not going out in service. They said, just check a box. If you even said Jehovah's name on the bus on your way to work, hey, yeah, I'm a Jehovah's Witness. Well, you just did a witness, right? And you're done for the month. You check the box. So they've made it easier, but people are still skyrocketing inactive. The youth are disappearing, and the Jehovah is blessing the growth narrative. Well, it collapses. So they didn't stop because they lacked data. They stopped because the data contradicted their message. So here's what we're doing. This video is just predictions. Friday, Watchtower releases the actual broadcast. And after Friday, we'll compare their claims to the real world data and public research. And if the XJW community, Reddit, Larchwood, and all of us end up predicting this accurately, that tells you something. It means the governing body has become predictable, and transparency is something they fear. Friends, numbers don't lie. People do. Truth doesn't fear transparency. Only organizations do. I'll see you guys on Friday. Live your life with love. Bye for now. Well, before we wrap up, I want to take a moment to thank our Coffee Club supporters. These are the folks who help keep Fixing My Faith going. And I'm scrolling through them right now. And if you see your name, thank you for standing with us. But here's the thing. The best way you can support us is absolutely free. Over almost 60% of our viewers are not subscribed. So if you've been watching and getting value out of these videos, hitting that subscribe button tells YouTube to share this with more people who need it. So subscribe, like, and share. And we also run a completely free community. It's called xjwfriends.com. That's where you can find it on the website, xjwfriends.com. And then on the website, once you go there, there's a link to the private Discord channel. And that's where people have a lot of fun. People share their stories, they get support, and they can connect without judgment. That's what happens there. There's also people that will help coach, life coaches, counselors. There's all kinds of support at XJW Friends. And if you're waking up or just need to talk it out, that's where you want to go. So here's a link on screen in case you want to find it. And we also put a link in the descriptions of all of our videos. You can just go right down there and hit the link to the Discord community. So Whether you are supporting through the coffee club or just clicking, liking, and subscribing, it all helps spread the message. And we want you to know that we appreciate you. Live your life with love, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.